A little quick warning before the video starts, but spoilers for JJK, both anime and manga, cause I talk about a little bit of everything in this video. Jujutsu Kaisen right now is at an all-time high. Every week a new episode that is adapting the Calling Games arc releases, and every week fans around get hyped to watch and gush over the visuals, action and characters of the series. The hype and discourse is so high that every episode so far has a particular scene picked up from audiences and turned into a meme almost immediately after the episode drops. Everyone is talking about JJK, whether it's by pure enjoyment, fights, storytelling, animation quality, or characters. Everyone has something in particular that stands out to them from this show. And as someone who has read and enjoyed all of JJK, solid score on it is an 8 out of 10, don't at me. I thought it would be cool to also highlight something about the series that I really loved, and that is the failures and scars that impact the characters of the series, and how it either forces them to grow or destroys them. There are many characters in JJK that deal with failures. Some are a bit questionable on their failure, but to express on the main topic for the video, I've decided to use 3 characters that were fleshed out in the series for us to see. Let's start with a character who let his scars destroy him and talk about Kokichi Muta. Mechamaru is a character with the cursed ability to control puppets in the series. However, having insane amount of cursed energy caused him to have a heavenly restriction since birth, and it was not very kind to him, making him have only one arm, no legs, and a body covered in scars that also had to be bandaged up because of how sensitive it is. He is a character who hates his way of living and trying to find a better solution to change it. So in hopes of trying to live a normal life and explore his feelings with Miwa, he betrays Jutsu High by giving valuable information on the school to Kenjaku and Mahito, so he could acquire healing and the normal body that he had longed for, which he also gained for a brief moment before getting into battle against Mahito and losing his life. After the extreme events that went down in Shibuya, I see a lot of fans quickly point fingers at Mechamaru, quickly judging him as the cause of everything that happened and labeling him the same way that the series does, which is a traitor. And yes, he actually is, but the thing is, can we fully say we don't see where he's coming from and why he chose to do what he did? And most importantly, won't some of us do the same thing? I am of course not speaking for everybody, but I do feel a large portion of us in real life with disabilities or physical deformities, whether born or inflicted, would have made the same choice he did, and especially if that was the only option presented. And not only did he fight for his healthy body, but he came up with backup plans to help his friends when everything went wrong. But still, despite my defense and relatability with the character, his conclusion was a disaster. There was growth through his scars, and he did get what he always wanted, but his accomplishment lasted for a short time and ended up what would lead to his downfall in the end. Mechamaru's growth through his scars was one of failure and defeat. And he is not the only character. So let's shift from Muta and talk about Maki, the Zenin clan's failure. Just like Mechamaru, Maki also has a heavenly restriction, but it's not affecting her in a physical disabled manner. She had no scars from the start of the series and all her body parts were intact. But it doesn't mean that her life was easy. Her own restriction made her have no cursed energy, which is very looked down on from her clan, leading to the oppression that she had to suffer through from her family. Maki also had a twin sister who went through the same oppression. And in the rules of Jujutsu Kaisen, twins are considered a sign of bad omen because it's two people sharing a single soul, which diminishes their ability to reach their full potential. And as if it wasn't bad enough, Maki gets severely burned during the events of Shibuya, and in the road to the calling games, not only did she lose an eye when engaging in a battle with her father, but Mai sacrifices her life so Maki could finally unlock her full potential. Maki's goal in the start of the series was to get strong enough to become head of the Zenin clan. She wanted this because she believed that as leader, she would be able to change the ways of the clan and provide a much better way of living for her sister. But after her death, Maki didn't care anymore. Despite reaching her full potential, the idea of ruling and changing the clan ways felt empty because the person she was doing all of it for was now gone. So instead, she proceeds to kill every member of the clan. So Maki also went through a sense of growth in power and strength, but also ended up failing. She couldn't protect her sister and never became the head of her clan. You can also see the similarity and contrast with her and Mechamaru. Both ended up twisting the aspects of their heavenly restriction to their benefits. But it came at a cost. Maki paid for it with her sister, though not intentionally. And Mechamaru sacrificed his loyalty to Jujutsu High and paid for it with his life. The contrast being how Mechamaru started his life full of scars, but down the line got the healing he always wanted, taking out almost every scar and deformity from his body, while Maki started off with no scars but proceeds to get third-degree burns and scars at the end. Their reactions to their scars is also another contrast. One was destroyed through it, and the other rised up in strength and power because of it. But there is one more character that doesn't only just grow but thrives through his failures and has the scars to show for it. Let's talk about Yuji Itadori, the perfect vessel. Yuji's execution on this topic is unique because compared to the previous two that I spoke about, he doesn't have a heavenly restriction, or at least it hasn't been confirmed as of the recordings of this video. Yuji wasn't born disabled or with scars like Mechamaru, and he doesn't have a family clan that looks down and oppressed him all his life. Except for just Sukuna, but that's a different conversation. His own way of growth was done differently, and that was through his battles. And it all started from the fights he had in Shibuya, especially the one he had against Mahito. This battle almost destroyed Yuji. Before going into it, he was already mentally destroyed by Sukuna because of what he did to the innocents in Shibuya, and then gets to witness one of the deaths of his mentors. And then, during the fight, not only does Mahito end up torturing him with sadistic moves like this.
Listen, there's no safe place in Shibuya right now, so get as far away.
But then he ended up giving him not one, but two scars at different sequences of their fights, getting at him physically, and then succeeded once more in showing Yuji his failure by killing Nobara, destroying him emotionally. But after a nice pep talk from Todo, Yuji pushes through and ultimately defeats Mahito. So what was the lesson and growth for Yuji? Like as if other YouTubers haven't talked about it enough already. But essentially, this was a rude awakening for Yuji. It was a battle that made him understand how harsh his world really is, and how it has no room for the weak. His failure on not being able to save Nobara on time made him understand the type of enemies he was going up against, and how he could either drown in defeat and die, or accept the mindset that Mahito was pushing towards him, fight back, and win. Thankfully, he made the right choice at the end. This is one of my favorite aspects of Jujutsu Kaisen and Gege's writing, because it takes a simple aspect in storytelling and executes it differently with three different characters. Yuji, Maki, and Mechamaru have the themes of growth through their scars, but all three went about it in completely different ways. And yes, I know that they are not the only characters in the series and in media to go through a sense of growth through their scars or failures. Gojo got his growth through failure during his own hidden inventory arc, and we see aspects of this with Yuta and Megumi as well during Shinjuku Showdown. Even Yuji goes through some more in Shinjuku Showdown. Kakashi and Obito from Naruto are one of the best execution of this topic as well, and I would be an ignorant fool if I didn't say that Zuko from After the Last Airbender his top 3 characters on this narrative, but I chose to highlight the ones from Jujutsu Kaisen because of the variety it has on it. Yuji may not have sacrificed to gain strength like Maki and Mechamaru, but his own road to it also wasn't a fun ride. It took him going through emotional and mental pain to get there. Maki might have gained the power that she longed for, but in the end, the reason for it was gone, and it almost made her entire journey to this point feel empty and worthless. And Mechamaru died on the same day he achieved the healthy body he was hoping for. All 3 gained the strength and growth they were working for, but it came at a severe cost through failures and scars. One died, and the other 2 that survived were never the same again. And the variety on this with different characters is what made it one of my favorite aspects in Jujutsu Kaisen. But that's enough from me for now. The series is hot right now with everyone on their different takes and opinions on the story. So I would like to know what aspects of JJK is special to you, and who is your favorite character or characters. Till then, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.